Ask the Messenger's TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues such as mental illness, suicide, addiction, illness and disease, COVID-19 relief, crime, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, employment opportunities, healthcare, and more. And now, Ask the Messengers.
Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers, and today we are bringing you the second part of our Celebrate Recovery Walk. This year was held at Freedom Hill. Last week, our street reporter LaShawn, she spoke with Dr. Benjamin Jones, who is the president and CEO of NCADD. And now we're just happy to have, now listen, she is not a stranger to the Ask the Messengers show. She has been on this show several times, and as always, I'm so grateful to have you with us, Lauren Stovall. You are the prevention specialist for NCADD. And just for my viewers, what's the prevention specialist and what do you do with that?
Yeah, I'm one of the prevention specialists here at the agency, and I'm a certified prevention specialist. So there was a certification that was needed to, well, actually, I don't know if I would say it was needed, but it was important to me to be certified in this area. I've been doing this work for about 8 years or so now. And, to be frank, a prevention specialist, really simply put, we go throughout the community and we share the message of substance abuse information and education and awareness. And so you can find us in schools, partnering with other organizations, other nonprofits, speaking with families, speaking with parents who have been battling with addiction, also speaking with children who have been impacted by addiction. And so we're out in the community doing some of the work for this prevention messaging.
Right. Yeah. So you over the years, what are some of those aha moments that made you know that you were really living in your purpose in what you're doing? What are some of those times and moments when you could just say, wow, you know what? I'm really grateful that I chose this, or God chose me for this, actually.
Because that's what it was. God chose me for this. I actually did not seek out this work, but I see now, again, 8 years later, why I was divinely put here. And so one of the major aha moments that stands out, and when you ask that question, the first thing that came to mind is that finding out that I'm not too far removed from addiction, right? Though I am not a person in recovery from substance abuse, I have been in recovery from other things. And so what's important to know is that we're all going to be recovering from different things. And so I found the connection with the people that I was meeting with and that I was talking with. And I found out we're more connected, more alike than we are different. And so I saw myself in the stories that were shared, how people got through this path of addiction or got to this. I saw how I could easily have been down that path as well. So the aha for me was that, oh, this is why, Lauren, you are here, is so that you can connect. At the time, to be honest, when I first started this work, I would say that I had a problem with marijuana. I was smoking marijuana, but didn't consider it to be like a problem, really. Also had misinformation that marijuana was a drug, or a dangerous one at that, right? But even is it a drug, right?
Right.
Which is still a conversation today. So this work has helped me instrumentally being aware of what addiction is, how it doesn't play favorites, how anybody can be impacted, but also that recovery is possible and that recovery is for everyone.
That's right. That's
right. All want to be recovering from something throughout this life.
That's right. That's right. So now here we are 20 years later, 20 plus years later. The September is National Recovery Month. Yeah. Here in Michigan, we do the Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally, which everybody had to make the adjustment. It was at Belle Isle for years and years. This year, we moved it way far on the east side to Freedom Hill. So let's talk about Celebrate Recovery, the walk and rally. What are some of the things that you do in your inner workings to kind of help make that happen?
Yeah, this event. Again, you're right. Over 20 years now that this event has been coming to the state of Michigan. And it has, to your point, been primarily at Belle Isle. We decided to switch it up a little bit so that we do this. When I say we, there is a very small committee, maybe about actively about 10 or so, that really put this event on every year. And so we're meeting monthly. We're deciding what is the theme this year. You know, who will our speakers be? Who will our sponsors be? How can we really get this message out to the community? And so as we were meeting to prepare for this year, it was important to some of the planning committee that we broaden our reach, right? And so that is how we landed out in Freedom Hill. A lot of our partners and sponsoring partners are out on that side of Michigan, right? And so let's spread this recovery message. We're not so stuck at Belle, although it is great that we can't stretch, that we can't far reach. And so we went out to the beautiful Freedom Hill in Sterling Heights. It was absolutely amazing. The landscape out there, the way that we were able to just map everything out in the flow of the event, it was actually amazing. And so don't be surprised if we come back out to Freedom Hill, but I think that we will be more open to the idea for this event of spreading it out. Maybe we'll do different pop-ups. I don't know. But I think activating different communities is going to be important for this initiative.
Wow. So, I know people ask you, like, what do you hope that people draw from, or as we learn new words in our conversations, what do you hope people glean from it? I hear people saying that, and it's like, what does gleaning mean? And then when you look it up, it's like, oh, what do you hope some people really grab a hold of while they're there? I mean, we're out there recording the testimonials, and people share their recovery stories. And what's beautiful, you have people at the recovery walk from like 1 hour in recovery to 40 and 50 years in recovery, right?
All walks of life.
Yeah. So as a prevention specialist, and going back to what you do every day, what do you hope that people get out of it? What would you like to see people gravitate from?
Kind of going back to what I shared in terms of how this work has impacted me. So I hope that people glean that they're in it too, that this fight for recovery it's for everyone. It's for every person, every family, every community, so that we see ourselves in it, right? And so once you see yourself in it, then you have a better sense of or more ownership, or it's more important to you, right? That is important, that you see yourself in this recovery work, so that that you're passionate about it, that you see that it impacts you. And so also what I hope that people glean from it is the love. Oh my gosh, when you go out, I'm just thinking of this event. It was so beautiful in terms of just the love. It was a presence that was felt there. And I think the overall presence was a sense of love, again, from all walks of life, all generations, all ages. It was just so beautiful to see the camaraderie, the engagement, the community that is being built in this sector. And so collectiveness, community, coming together, I think that's important. And I think that it is gleaned from this event. Wow. And I hope that more people spread the message, so that we can have new partners, new sponsors, new community persons coming out and really gleaning and grasping the importance and the magnitude of this event.
That's awesome. Well, Lauren, again, we really appreciate all the work that you all are doing over there at NCADD for Greater Detroit. You guys are really in it, and it shows. The event, I could not be there. I broke my foot, so I had to stay home. I was missing it though, really bad. But
look at you. You're recovering.
Yeah, I dig that.
You're recovering.
This
Right.
recovery is possible, I tell you. I have to tell myself that every day, right? It is possible. But,
Right.
when I am out there and when we're out there, it's a beautiful thing, and the camaraderie and everyone is just family focused. And you see the family, the mothers, the daughters, the children. It is a whole community effort, and it is a great sense of kinship out there. And we appreciate all that you guys do to continue to do it. We made it through COVID. You guys did it in COVID. We made it through COVID. Now we're back again, back in public. Everybody can hug a little bit more happier now.
Right.
So really, really appreciate all that you all do there. Just some final thoughts or words of encouragement that you would like to share with our viewing audience before we let you get back to what you do.
Yeah, I think that you said it, that recovery is possible. And also there's more information at Michigan CelebrateRecovery.com, because I also want to point out that this is a walk and a rally. That was also beautiful to see this year, was the actual walk and rally out at Freedom Hill. And just, you could see the massive, and again, the magnitude of the persons that were in attendance when you see that stretch. And we have a video clip, a promo video that's going to be coming out soon to kind of recap the event. But it's going to be so powerful to see everyone walking and rallying for such a great cause. So again, more information is at Michigan CelebrateRecovery.com, and recovery is possible.
Awesome. Well, again, Lauren, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for always being available when we call you. You come on and you share this knowledge, share this information, and we got to do what we can to continue to break these stigmas. Don't be afraid to speak about it. Don't be ashamed, because the only way you can heal, you got to talk about it. You got to get it out. But you also need
what we don't reveal.
Yes, exactly. And you need resources. And we know that you all are a strong resource right here in the city of Detroit, and working with the state of Michigan together collectively is a beautiful thing. And that's what it takes, right? It takes a village. So we're the villagers.
Yeah. And you're the messengers. And you know what, Tina, before we leave, I just want to say thank you, to George and the entire Ask the Messengers team for being consistent partners and supporters of this event for years now. And so thank you. You all come out and you activate and you engage the people. And it's so great to see how they gravitate towards what you're doing.
That's
you all
true. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. And it is so nice when we're there, the people who line up and they're willing to share their stories. And like I said, we've heard stories from some of everything from 1 day to 30 years, 40 years. And people are really excited to talk. And that's for a TV station, but they really love to share their stories. And that's
celebrate. This is a celebration. That's what this event is. It is a celebration. No matter how many years of sobriety and recovery you have, we're celebrating that 1 day, right?
That's right.
That 1 month, we're celebrating the great feats of everyone in recovery.
Yeah.
And so we're excited, and that's what it is. It's a true celebration.
Stay tuned for more of Ask the Messengers.
The DWIHN Integrated Health Network provides services and support to 75,000 people in Wayne County. DWIHN serves people with mental illness, intellectual and developmental disabilities, individuals with substance use disorders, and children with serious emotional disturbances. DWIHN is the largest and most diverse community mental health agency in the state of Michigan, and it is committed to providing the highest quality of integrated health care to those it serves, while working alongside with dedicated and compassionate provider network.
How long you been clean?
13 months.
How does it feel?
Feel great.
And what do you think about your mother and her recovery? How has that been in your life?
It's been good. I'm very proud of her because I see the effort and the work she putting in and the difference, and I'm real proud of her.
And how does that make you feel to hear her say that?
Good, beautiful.
So I'm sure you'll use and affect your relationship with your family. How is your relationship with your family now?
It's beautiful. Beautiful. People don't never left me, but it's beautiful.
Is there anyone out there that you would like to make a direct amends to? If so, I want you to look into the camera and I want you to talk directly to that person.
I would like to make direct amends to my mother and my 4 kids. Mother and kids, I am sorry for what I put y'all through. Especially you, Whitney.
All right. Is it anything you would like to say to your mother?
Good job.
How long you been clean?
Since July 6th.
How does it feel?
Feels beautiful.
What do you think about this event?
This is very unique.
Is
Never felt nothing like this.
this your first recovery walk?
Yes.
How did your using affect your relationship with your family?
Distant, very distant. Very just by myself.
So how was your relationship with your family now?
Beautiful. And I say beautiful a lot because that's the only word that big enough in my vocabulary that I can spell now. Since I got clean, I learned that word, so how to spell it and say it and what it means too.
Is there anyone out there that you would like to make a direct amends to? I want you to look in the camera and talk directly to that person.
I would say my whole family and my kids. I'm working on it day by day, step by step, and I will be better. And the world will see truly what my light is, just like I'm going to see my light too.
Yes, I started drinking at the age of 16, but my first drink was given to me by my father at age 8. So I've been drinking for like 18 years now, and it's for alcohol. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how has your drinking affected the relationship that you have with your family and friends?
With friends, I burned a lot of bridges because they didn't understand why I drank so much. I just did it to cover up the pain. As a child, I always wore a mask because I had to be this American dream daughter, when really I couldn't be who I was, honestly. So I would drown myself in drinking, and then my biological mother was killed by my father, and he stabbed me with my face and back. So when I found that out, the drinking just got worse and worse and worse to the point my family would like do events without me because I'd be there drunk. So yeah, I get uninvited to events now. Yeah.
So if you could give a word of encouragement to somebody out there who's struggling and wants to start their recovery journey, what would you say to them?
I would tell them wait until you're actually ready, because you won't take action unless you want to do it. Somebody else wants you to do it, it's not going to work. So you have to know in your heart that you're ready and you're dedicated. Go ahead and do it. Go reach for your dreams. It's never too late to do anything. I'm learning that myself. So just know that you're not alone. We all are here, and you have a lot of support within Detroit, Michigan.
We'll be right back with more of Ask the Messengers.
Hey Earl, tell me what brings you out here today, man? Why do you feel this recovery march is important?
Recovery march is very important for everybody that's out here. You know, that's why I came out here, just with some clarity.
Okay. So it's good to be a part of a good support group.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Being a support group. Yeah.
Being part of something bigger than yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right. Are you in treatment right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How long have you been in treatment?
About 3 days.
3 days. What's your drug of choice, or what was your drug of choice?
Cocaine.
All right. How long did you use?
40 years.
Okay. So tell me, what finally made you decide to say, "Hey, I can't do this any longer"?
I lost my wife. I lost my wife, and that was it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Move a little closer. Okay.
Yeah, I lost my wife.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But how did your drug addiction affect your relationship with your family?
I just got tired of everybody judging me and looking at me the wrong way. I just want to do something positive with my life right now. So I can have good things.
All right, how's treatment working out for you?
It's working very good.
Okay, you feeling good about it?
Yeah, I really do this time.
So what would you say to someone that's still using and going through the pain of addiction? What would you say?
Stop using. Get some help.
I noticed that a lot of you guys are wearing these orange shirts. Can you tell me a little bit about what that orange shirt is saying?
It's saying that you can come to Sacred Heart and you can get help if you need it. This is my first time being in a rehab, and I'm 52 as of yesterday, and I'm so happy to be here because I never thought there was other people like me, and being at Sacred Heart, they've showed me like so much stuff, and I'm just so proud to be here.
All right, well, I'm glad you're here, and tell me, what's your drug of choice, or what was your drug of choice?
Cocaine.
All right, how long did you use?
For my whole life.
What would you say to someone that's still out there in their addiction and still suffering the pain of addiction? What would you say to encourage them?
I would say that if you want to be yourself again and live your life that you lived before you were with this addiction, that going to rehab would be probably the thing that you would want to do because it puts your mind where it needs to be as a person, and you can find yourself again.
All right. Is there a program or something that you're a part of right now that's helping you with that? You got a support group, support system?
I do. I have my family, my children, my grandkids, all of Sacred Heart, and friends, and I'm just happy to be here.
I have been in recovery for about a month. I've been battling my addiction for 10 years or more. I still have 60 days to go. I'm at Emily's Nest. I was on crack, cocaine, and heroin.
Okay, and have you lost anyone to overdose or know anyone special to you or important to you that you lost?
Yes, I lost my cousin. She overdosed. And then one of my best friends, he got killed in a trap house.
How has this affected your relationship with your family and friends and the people you love?
Most of my family still have my back. They're still in my corner. But a lot of my family turned their back on me. I don't talk to them.
So if you could look into the camera and say anything to the family that you've lost or that turned your back, what would you want to say to them?
I'm getting help and I'm getting better. I'm working on myself and I do love them.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to help support our show, please feel free to make a donation of any kind by visiting our show website, www.askthemessengers.org. If you prefer to mail donations, please make check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Ask the Messengers is the program that deals with things that help you. Thank you for watching.